Hey y'all, it's David with I'm So Offended, and we're gonna continue on in this series of a modification for custody and legal decision making. This is the third video. First video, we went through my petition, my parenting plan, and in the second video, we continued with the parenting plan and the baby mama's uh, response to my modification. And here we're gonna continue um, with where we left off. So, as always, I'm not an attorney. I'm not a lawyer. I don't practice law. I do not give legal advice. Everything that I say is for informational and educational purposes only. It's for educational use, and anything that you do, I am not liable for. I am not responsible for. And all I am showing you here is what I would do in any given moment or strategy, any given situation. Anyone that contacts me, I don't give legal advice. All I do is I state what I would do if I was in that situation. That's what I do. All right. You can hit me up on my email and continuing on. So I filed for modification. I've followed the rules, the statutes, showed my parenting plan. Baby mama's attorney responded, telling the court to deny for my modification. The court granted my modification. They set a hearing. The hearing, first one we had was regarding, I basically won that we're having a modification and we're having hearings, we're having evidence, we're having trial, basically. So once they accepted that, a couple days before the hearing, after I submitted all 52 of my exhibits, I gave them 52 exhibits is what I submitted. Then I get this, literally the night before or the day before, or I think they emailed me like the day before or whatever. The thing is, I show up to the hearing and they gave me their parenting plan. So this whole time they were denying. They wanted the judge to dismiss it. They were just playing their own stupid little game. And then literally the day of, I walk into court and he like, here you go, hands me their parenting plan. I'm like, this is nonsense. I took a look at what it was, like basically the front page of this, which is what you're looking at here, and I just moved it aside because it didn't change my position. Okay, and that's something that I tell you guys. It doesn't matter what their position is. The only thing that matters is your position, okay? Their position does not change your position. You still stick to your position and what you got to do. All right, so let's get to this. All right, so this is the parenting plan that they put in place. Child resided in Arizona, no other legal proceedings. So now this is what they're stating. So there's stuff where it says parties agree, parties agree, parties agree. No. I don't agree to all that. This is stuff that they're stating. Okay? So this is what their proposed parenting plan, and that's what it really should. I mean, and that's what it says, proposed parenting plan. But it's just the nonsense they bring in with saying the parties agree, parties agree, parties agree. No, there isn't. So both parties have paid appearance fee to the court. Both parties have taken parent education certificate. Because there's certain things that are part of the statute, which I had read, certain rules. That you have to have the parent education course and all this other stuff. Anyways, legal decision making. They're saying respondent mother shall have sole legal decision making. These decisions include, but are not limited to, non-emergency medical, dental, psychiatric care. They just basically getting as detailed as possible about what they're allowed to do. Tattoo, haircut, piercing, hair coloring, all this stuff, right? I didn't think nothing of it because I don't care, about specific things like that. I didn't like the fact that she had pierced her ears, and that's just a me thing, whether you agree or not. That's just a me thing, personally. I think, it would be best if my daughter could decide that she wants to get her ears pierced when she's a lot older instead of purposely altering a child's body and putting holes in her head that have no benefit to her. I just, that was my thing. I didn't like it. She did it because she's a terrible human being and doesn't care about my daughter having a pure, flawless body. And instead, the mother wanted to put holes in her head. And she thought that was a good decision. I didn't think so, but that's what she did. But the state doesn't care about that. The court doesn't care about that. It was irrelevant to them. Parties agree to review the terms of the sole legal decision-making agreement, make any necessary desired changes every 12 months from the date of this document, excluding at any time either parent is incarcerated, just basically outlining the rules of the statute and things part of the statute, but, they're also doing some changes where they're saying, certain nonsense about this. For instance, the parties agree that mother shall make routine care personal decisions. No, I don't agree to that. The parties agree that any significant changes in child's appearance, but not limited to, will be made by mother. No, I don't agree to that either. No. Healthcare, emergency care, agree that these decisions will be the responsibility who has the child at the time with immediate notification as soon as it is practical to do so. Major health, non-emergent. So they're just going down the whole thing is what it is. The same way I went down, the same way, if you've gone through a divorce or a custody thing, like you're familiar with this, and we just went through it with we don't have to go through this in its entirety. I'm just basically showing that first they sent their response to the modification saying they're going to deny. They were requesting a denial and saying that all of it is, that it wasn't timely and all this other nonsense. And now all of a sudden, oh, here's our parenting plan. Oh, and when I got this? The day of trial. Nonsense. Education, basically just trying to retain legal decision making is what they're requesting. Religious training. I'm atheist. I don't know about her mother, but I know they're not practicing any kind of religion or anything. My daughter doesn't come home talking about some nonsense about God and Jesus or anything like that. So as of now, that's an okay thing. And I'm sorry, but there is no God. And but that's neither here nor there. Parenting time plan. The order filed on October 25th, 2023 shall remain in full force and effect, except as changes made herein. So basically, I was only getting my daughter every other weekend, Saturday 9 to 5 and Sunday 9 to 5, and on Wednesdays every week from 3 to 7. They wanted it to stay the same, and Wednesdays 3:30 to 7:30, and no overnights. And then New Year's, Easter Sunday, Mother's Day, all of this, it's just the same nonsense. Same nonsense as the order from like 5 years ago is what they wanted. That's what they wanted. All right. Nothing to change until October 25th. So we're in June right now, 2024. They wanted nothing to change till October 25th. So she just didn't want me to have any more parenting time. She didn't even want this to happen because she's never wanted me to be in our daughter's life. She doesn't care that children do better with fathers. She doesn't care that I'm the better parent. She doesn't care that children need their fathers. She doesn't care. Doesn't care. They don't care. They don't care. The courts don't care either. They don't care. They don't care. Yes, I have to say it over and over again because you agree with me. I agree with you. I know this is what you're feeling. I know it. I have those same feelings. Okay? They don't care. The courts don't care. Baby mamas don't care. They don't care about the children. They don't. But I was all business when it came down to my paperwork and my strategy. So, Holiday schedule, Thanksgiving, Christmas, holidays, child's birthday, parent's birthday. We don't need to get into all that, except the fact that none of these were overnights. None of it was the schedule changing at all. Vacation, same stuff. Travel for emergency purposes, same stuff. Parental access to prescription medication and records, equal access, all of it. Additional areas of agreement. This is nonsense. None of this was agreed upon. This is just what they're saying. Okay. Change of address, emergency, consult regarding activity, care provider communication. It's funny. Each parent will encourage love and respect between the child and the other parent. Neither parent will do anything which would undermine the other relationship with the child. And it's funny because her piece of shit attorney called me a deadbeat dad, and then I introduced that in court, and then he said it again, and then I'm like, well, she said this was okay. Like, she approved of this. So again, the courts don't care. The courts don't care. I literally insulted me, and the court didn't care. The judge didn't care. This is why we are unimportant. The best thing we can do is just hide our emotions, hide our feelings, and just be all business when we're in there, because that's what we have to do. Will exert best efforts to work cooperative in future plans with consistent best interests of child and to amicably resolve disputes as may arise. If either party moves out of the area, returns at a later date, parties will revert to using the most recent parenting plan prior to the move until other arrangements can be agreed by the court. If either party is unable to follow through with this parenting plan, the parties will notify the other as soon as possible why a dispute is being resolved. Neither party will act in such a way that is inconsistent with the terms of the parenting plan. There's communication, procedure for relocation, procedure for review, procedure for changes, notification requirements. So now he's putting in the statute, notify the other parent. Right. The reason why this threw this in is because the baby mama wants to know who I'm around. She doesn't like that I've moved on and I've dated other people, and meanwhile she's an ugly old hag and hasn't been seeing anybody. She just hates it. She hates that I've moved on, and that, and that I have dated, and, and that I have a girlfriend, and Luce has met my girlfriend. Okay. She hates that she's unhappy and that no man can love an awful human being like she is. She hates it. Women hate it. And I know you've gone through this too, where the baby mama doesn't want her around the new girlfriend or the new person you date and other such jealous nonsense. Just nonsense, right? They're putting it in their stipulation here, but it's nowhere in the order. Eventually, when I show you guys the order, there's nothing about that in the order because it's just nonsense. She just wants to be a nosy cunt. That's all. All right? So let's proceed here. So that's what that is. Knows that a convicted or registered sex offender person convicted of a dangerous crime against the children may have access to the child. Parent or custodian must provide notice about, for a communication regarding notifying if somebody is, of such around. That's all that is. She just wants to be nosy. Area is not covered. We understand this memorandum persists to legal decision making or parenting time only and does not address child support or any other areas not specifically included in the above agreement. So there it was. Look at that. May 2nd. May 2nd is when he filed this nonsense. I didn't get it till May 3rd. May 3rd was when our hearing was. Just nonsense. Nonsense, nonsense, and nonsense. All right? Terrible human beings. That's all they are. That's all they are. So, we had a hearing. So, we already went through all the documents, the legal decision making, best interest, petition, modification, their response. So, at this moment, now we're going to proceed with the series of videos of the actual hearing. So I have the hearing that I'm going to play for y'all in its entirety. My questioning of the witnesses, their questioning, just basically everything, my whole strategy, everything that I did in court, and then what I followed along, how I used my argument, how I used my exhibits. All right. So stay tuned for that. I still got to go through and edit the audio to take out, some personal stuff and whatever. But other than that, I'm going to have everything ready to go. But at least you guys can see here in these videos where how I started a petition for modification, how I put the parenting plan, how I followed the rules and statutes, their response, and we had court and we went to trial. Any of you guys can do it. All right. So hit me up and email me, if you have questions or whatever. But other than that, I'll see you at the next one. Oh, and like, subscribe, and share with anybody going through this, or just share with people in general, because if people can see this and know this ahead of time, because too many times it's too late. We're already in the system. We're already been screwed. And then we find out about this. No, share this with somebody now. If you have a friend who's not getting along with their baby mama, or that's not getting along with the wife, they might need this so they could start preparing for what's to come. All right? All right. Peace out.